वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So we are discussing from Bhagavad Gita, Divine Song of God. This session is dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Today I was hearing great spiritual master's lecture, mentioned just 1 minute in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. So this is mentioned Kali Yuge Pradama Pade, means in the first phase of the Kali Yuga there will be a golden period starting after the 5,000 years of the beginning of Kali Yuga. So Kali Yuga began after the battlefield of Kurukshetra approximately. So now around 500 years back, now it is around 5,500 approximately, something. Okay? So in this beginning of this period, this is called a golden period, and this lasts for 10,000 years. That means the beginning of Kali Yuga, the first 5,000 years, you just leave it. From there, it will be 10,000 years, right? So now we have just started around 500 approximately. So another 9,500 years. And this is called golden period of Kali Yuga, where you will find all the different countries, devotees, roaming around doing Sankirtana Yajna. I hope you are able to follow. After this 10,000 years, you will not find any devotee in this planet. So, it's Srila Prabhupada, he has taken the sacrifice to spread this God consciousness, Krishna consciousness all over the world. So, you can see here, Prabhupada has traveled 14 times across the globe, introducing this chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Today's session is one God or many gods. So let us understand one important aspect. In the last few discussions, up to 5 sessions, we discussed about the intricacies of this material creation. All the 25 elements, including time. I hope you can come forward so that it will be easy for you. So, this whole creation, this is called Vedic knowledge. Whatever the knowledge in this universe, okay, it's given to us, it's completely Veda. Veda means knowledge. And this Veda, it is so vast, it's like an ocean. And the ocean of knowledge is presented to the intellectual class, the division, it's called Brahmanas. Then we have Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. So they are given according to their capacity to assimilate the knowledge, according to their capacity to assimilate, or according to their capacity to follow. Okay, I will follow. I'll give one small example. I was just meditating how this can be understood in a practical or day-to-day. So you see, in a big software we make, the architect, he knows in and out of the design, functional spec, we call it design spec, functional spec, he knows in and out. That means the entire knowledge is known to the architect. And when it comes to administration, like a Kshatriya, a king, he is given a knowledge of cons and pros, why you have chosen this design, that design, right? And what is the ETA, how can we attain according to the time, right? Because we have to deliver on time, then only it will make sense. That much is given to managers, or you can say here also Kshatriyas. So Kshatriyas are to execute the laws, whatever the Vedic knowledge is there, that has to be applied in the country. And there are like production class. So production class, they should be given how this feature works, what do you get from this feature, the usage, the deployment scenarios. That much knowledge is given to the production class. And the last, that is just working class. The working class, they'll be given how to configure, how to just use or make maybe some, you can say customer front end, right? I hope you can understand. Customer care, right? So like this, the whole knowledge of a particular software, as I said, okay, you can say this machine, the entire knowledge is given onto the highest, that is intellectual class, architects. That's why in our culture, tradition, only Brahmanas are allowed to understand the complete knowledge. Are you able to follow now? Is it clear? This is making sense? Even if the knowledge is imparted to other classes, they will not be able to understand nor they can follow. Entirely. So that's why in this, the knowledge from different ages like Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. In Satyuga, the whole population is first class intellectuals. Whereas if you see the fourth age, that is the Iron Age, that is Kali Yuga, Kalau Sudra Sambhavaha. Are you able to follow? In this age of Kali, we mostly working in our self-interest. Okay. So that is what is the working class. So in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatmataha. Out of many thousands among men, some may inquire, who am I? what is the source of this creation, right? We can. So in this way, only few can inquire, and they can understand. Out of that, among millions, out of that one may come to actually understand the greatness of God. Are you able to follow? So they can understand about the knowledge that I am not this body, I am soul. Okay, there is God. That much is there. Out of that, one can actually enter into a relationship with God that is very, very rare. Just as a Hanuman, he was a servant. Arjuna, he was a friend. Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, they are like father, parents. So one can enter into a relationship with God that is very rare. So who can enter into the relationship with God? They can only understand more about God, is it not? Don't you think who are closely associated with God, the close associates, they can only understand God, not anyone else. So I'm just establishing the context. Understanding God is not so easy. We're all trying to discuss today one God or many God, but to be honest, to be humble, we are nowhere closer to that standard of qualification to understand God. We don't do it. Are you able to follow? Everyone can understand this point? Everyone? In this age of Kali, our lives are very, very short. Memory is very short. We cannot even memorize. In the Vedic scriptures, Srutidhar. Srutidhar means he just listens from his guru just as a child. By listening to the parents only he understands how to speak language. Do you teach your kids your mother tongue by writing first? By writing? By speaking. Just by speaking they will learn. In the same way, the entire Vedic knowledge, it is presented through sound, Shabda Brahma, that is called Shabda Brahma. Okay. So today let us understand the subject matter in very detail. How do we really understand God? So we are establishing with a reference by Yudhishthira Maharaj. He said, dry arguments are inconclusive. Tarko Pratishta. You do with the logic and argument, can you understand? Can you understand the source of entire creation? No. Or you go with the philosophical theories, postulates. The philosopher makes postulates. Okay. Makes some observation of the laws, like scientists. They know the theories, they know the laws. But do they understand who has made the law? Who is the lawmaker? Are you able to follow? Just as so many universes are floating, we can give the postulate theory, how the laws are working, the law of gravitational force, but who has made the gravitational force? What is behind the working of this cosmic creation? That cannot be understood just by some theories. Or let's say simply by studying the Vedas. Vedas are variegated. We cannot understand the essence of that because it's very vast. It is very vast. Okay, that's why in our email you have to present very crisp. Is it not? If you have big mail or big letter, you will be distracted, carried away, not understanding the actual essence, the purport of that communication. So that's where the whole Vedic knowledge, it is presented in Sutra, and it's called Vedanta Sutra. And that Sutra, just by reading, one cannot understand. Okay, so forget about reading all the Vedas, or our lifetime is not sufficient. Okay, at least let me go the highlights, summary, the minutes of meeting, let me say. That we cannot understand by our own efforts. So what is that explained? Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. So you have to follow the footsteps of a self-realized person. That's what is the title. Mahajana yena jata sapanta. If you follow the footsteps of the self-realized, the bona fide authority, then only you can understand. Otherwise, it's not possible. Is it clear? So Krishna, God, he arranges all these Mahajana. As I said, Mahajana means one who understands God, one who has relationship with God is called Mahajana. I hope it's very clear. And these Mahajanas can explain what is Krishna, how does he look like, what is his nature, what is his qualities, why he did Leela like that. So many mysteries. So only through these great personalities one can understand. So otherwise, you read the Vedas, okay, you will not understand. So that's where it's explained. Vedeshu Durlabham, Adurlabham Atma Bhaktao. Is it clear, right? Very simple. Vedeshu Durlabham. It's very difficult to understand through Veda, but Adurlabham, very simple. Atma Bhaktao, through my devotees. Okay, so I will just pause here for 1 minute. Are you all able to appreciate this concept, or do you find any other way to understand God before moving further? Is there any other way? You can maybe meditate. Let's say if you want to understand about Narendra Modi, who can give us complete information? If we cannot understand about Narendra Modi, how can we understand God? Simple, right? So today we are listening Srimad Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna himself he says about God, or through various scriptures where the devotees or representatives of God, they are explaining. So let us understand this. Please repeat after me. Sarvayonishu Kaunteya
Sarvayonishu Kaunteya
Murtaya Sambhavantiya Tasam Brahma Mahadhyonit
Tasam Brahma Mahadhyonit
Aham Bija Pradah Pita.
Aham Bija Pradah Pita.
Sarva Yonishu, all species of life, all species. Krishna is saying, O Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Murtaya Sambhavantiya. They have appeared in different forms. As we discussed, 84 lakh species are there, right? All these different forms, how did they appear? How did they take birth? Tasam Brahma Mahad Yonir. Mahad Brahma. Mahad Brahma means this material nature. Prakriti. And Krishna said, Aham Bija Pradah Pita. But I am the seed giving father. Are you able to follow? So what Krishna is saying? He is saying he is a father for all people of different religions, different species, in different planetary systems, wherever you can go to Swarga, Naraka, anywhere, whatever species you find, 84 lakh species, Krishna said, I am the seed giving father. I impregnated through this Mahad Brahma. Mahad Brahma means this Prakriti, and they appeared in different forms of life. Okay, so this is one simple to understand. Our material identity says, I have one mother and father. In the same way, Krishna says, Aham Bija Pradapita. Do we have any confusion? That one God or many God? It should be one God. And Krishna is claiming, just as we have one sun. We don't say American sun, Indian sun, or Hindu sun, Christian sun, Muslim sun. Sun means sun. God means God for everyone. According to different conditions, Desha, Kala, Patra, according to different representatives, different kind of preaching to different class of people, there is a need for rise of different religious processes. As I said, how much capacity they have to understand, how much capacity they have to follow. These two you have to understand clearly. That's how everything has manifested. You can see some evolution even in understanding God. Exactly, it is correct. Because not everyone. As I said, Sudra cannot understand. He'll be giving us about the workings. He'll be asked, oh, come offer pranam. You just offer flower. You just have prasadam. That much only can understand. You chant Hare Krishna mantra. But if you keep on saying so many details about God, what God is, how does He expand His creation, so many Sanskrit, all those, no, I cannot understand. But what is simple? Krishna is saying, Aham Bija Pradapita, that's sufficient for all of us. Yes, Krishna says He is our Supreme Father. Let us understand what it is. What is in the Upanishad saying? Nitya Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman Nitya. Nitya means eternal. Nityanam, also eternal. But Nitya is a singular, Nityanam is plural. So it is saying the Supreme Lord is eternal, that is singular, God one, singular. Nityanam, the living entities who are plural in number, innumerable. Asankhya is explained. In another word also, Anantyaya Kalpate, in other Upanishads. They are unlimited in number. Can you count how many species are there? I mean to say, how many living entities? You just go to any place in the earth, you see so many forms will be there. Plural, but they are eternal. Chetanas, Chetananam. Supreme Lord is cognizant, and the living beings are also cognizant. We are also finding unconsciousness, and God is also consciousness. So we are person, God is also person. Okay. So from this, what Upanishad is teaching us, there are two things. If you understand about you, you can understand the nature of God. Other way, if you try to understand God, you can know about yourself. How do you understand this? Just as if I say, I'm seeing myself. How do you see? First, you need a light. If you see the sun, then you can see yourself. Everybody follow? That means you are seeing yourself means first you are seeing the sun, then you are able to see yourself. In the same way, if you want to know about you as a son, you have to know about the father. Another way, you know about yourself, you can understand the nature of father also. How do you have your emotions, everything, the different characteristics that is there also in the Supreme, because He is the origin. I hope you are able to follow. So, the first line it says that Krishna and the Jiva, or living entities, they are qualitatively one. Qualitatively one, but quantitatively different. God is Vibhu, great. We are Anu, minute. We can say they are a sample God. Everybody follow? Like father, like son. Krishna is Satchit Ananda. We are also Satchit Ananda. Okay. So now in the second line, it explains then what is the difference between. It is explained. Yeko Bahunam, Yo Vidadati Kaman. The Supreme Lord is supplying all the necessities of life for the many other living entities. Is it not very simple? Just as a father is there, is possible? If possible, try to. Otherwise, you can maybe close it. So we have a father, right? And what is father's role? He is maintaining us. He is protecting us. Is it not? Maintainer and protector. And the same Krishna is also Supreme Father, but He is supplying necessities of life for many living entities. Unlimited. That is the greatness of God. Is it very clear? Very simple, right, to understand? Are all with me? So don't be distracted. Okay. So just focus on today the glories of God. If you understand, yeah, you can go. Okay. So our life becomes perfect because if we die without knowing the origin of the Karana Janma, that is also word is this. The purpose of life lies with our establishing connection back to Krishna, the source. Okay. So we understand Krishna is saying Aham Bija Pradapita, and also we understand Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. So divine words from the founder of ISKCON. So Vedanta Sutra, it states Janmadi Yasya Yataha. God means, the definition, everything is emanating from God. That's the definition. Please repeat. Everything is emanating from God. Now, if anyone asks you about the definition, God, you all able to say, right? It's clear? You can teach your kids. Okay, kids ask so many questions. I know our pain. We don't have answers. So here, Prabhupada is saying, by studying ourselves minutely, one can study the nature of God. The difference is only that He is a great, we are a small particle. But the qualities are the same. If you understand this philosophy, then it is not difficult to understand what is God, and then we can establish our original relationship. And if we act accordingly, then our life is successful. Simple. We are all, as I said in first session, Satchit Ananda. But where from the characteristics manifested? It is from God, because Krishna, God is Satchit Ananda. Okay, let us understand few more shlokas. Aishwaryasya samagrasya Viryasya yashasasriya Jnana vairagyayoschaiva Sannam bhagaitingana. Okay. So, if I say a rich man, okay, he has some characteristics, is it not? A very educated, he has some characteristics. Okay. But all these characteristics are actually, the origin is God. Are you able to follow? So God means is the origin of everything, and in the Vishnu Purana, Parashara, the father of Vyasadeva, he has given us the explanation. What is the God? Bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead, is thus defined by Parashara Muni as one who is full in 6 opulences, Shad Aishwarya and Purna. Shad Aishwarya means 6. Purna means complete. What is this? First, Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasya Sriya Jnana Vairagyayos. So full strength, full fame, full wealth, full knowledge, full beauty, full renunciation. Is it not very simple to understand now? Very simple. Again, I am referring back to the beginning of our topic. All these things, how we understand? Vedas are unlimited, right? We cannot understand vast. But if you want to understand God in a nutshell, in our absorption, right, capacity, Prabhupada has given us the entire knowledge in his lectures, in purports. If you read Bhagavad Gita, so many, pages, 700 slokas, but so many pages. Why? Each word is translated word to word, in translation, then purport. Purport referring to different scriptures, different Acharya commentaries. Acharyas are writing Tika. Tika means they are writing notes. What is their understanding? What is their realization by hearing from his superiors? Again, it's a sampradaya, parampara, guru, sishya, like that. So whatever they understand, they are writing commentaries. All these things is presented in these wonderful books, as Srila Prabhupada has given us. How simple this we can. So today, by end of the session, you can go and face anyone in the discussions about God, philosophy. I am sure that you can establish profound knowledge, profound understanding. No more bewilderment. Are you going to follow? No more bewilderment. Sometimes we hear this thing, oh, this thing, what is correct, which is superior, we cannot understand which to follow, what to follow. Okay. So our original father is very, very rich. Then why are suffering? Why are you suffering? One word answer. Huh? No. Why are you feeling you are a little shy or something, not able to, or not confident to say? Why are you suffering? No. In this context.
We are not taking advantage of.
Yes, you are not taking advantage means you have forgotten that you have rich father. Just as an orphan is lying in the street, right? He doesn't know who his father is. That's why he is suffering. Let's say, if you want to do greatest welfare, Prabhupada has given a wonderful formula. Somebody go and give some, okay, you take some food. Maybe one time you can support, right? But what is the greatest welfare you can do? It's very common sense. What is the best thing you can do to him, the orphan? Huh?
Love him and pray to God.
Huh?
Love him and pray to God.
No. I'm saying an orphan lying in the street. If you want to do the best thing to him, what you can do? You can just give him information. He is your father. He is a jamindar. He is a king. Let's say, just take that orphan to you back to your father. That's the best thing you can do in our life. And that's what acharyas are doing. Acharyas coming to revive our forgotten relationship with God. That's all. They are not supplying so many things. We are not here to give food, shelter, clothing, all the different things. We know the best thing is, if you are given the information that here is the Supreme Father, is Shadaishwara Purna, naturally our heart becomes very jubilant, ecstatic. Is it not? No more suffering. Why? What is lacking? Only thing is that I am not able to connect to him. That's what mind we discussed. The mind is what blocker between God and us. It is always distracting us. That's why the whole Vedic science is teaching about disciplining the mind. Okay, let us understand one more important understanding about God. Natasya, I will just explain this. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate. God has nothing to do. Okay, a big king, do you think a king will do everything? Car cleaning, like example, he will mop it or he will cook it. So many things he will do. Huh? Does any rich man meant to do all these things? Let us be interactive. Yes or no? No. Why? Here is explained. Natat samascha abhyadigascha drushyate. No one is equal to or greater than him. Asama urdva. This is the definition you should all remember today. God means, please repeat. Asama urdva. Sama means equal. Asama means no equal. Urdva, superior. Not urdva means no one is superior. That is God. Is it not simple? If you say someone is controller, okay, you should ask, is he the supreme controller? That means there is no one above him. That's the first thing you should ask. Then only you can come to the absolute truth. Okay, so here the Supreme Lord has nothing to do because no one is found to be equal to or greater than him. For everything is done naturally and systematically by his multifarious energies. As soon as I remember this naturally, systematically, I immediately meditated one point. I had one friend, we were discussing almost 10 years ago, the home automation project. He was just giving a brief. That time was very new, I don't know. He said, as soon as you enter home, okay, the rice cooker will automatically switch on. By the time you go restroom, the heater is switched, everything through mobile. So by the time you come back refreshed, the cooking is ready, you can have. So everything he'll automate before he's leaving from office. Are you able to follow? So if a small particle, he has such an institution that everything should be done naturally, systematically. Don't you think God can do that? So what is the difference here? God is engaging in spiritual energies, like we are all spiritual energies, but B is minute particle, we are engaging in material energies, machines. That's a simple, is it not? So in this, it is also explained, God means the greater than the greatest, the smaller than the smallest. Anor Anyam Mahato Mahyam. Okay, now Krishna is establishing whatever we read from Upanishads, Shastras, right, about God, the definitions. Krishna is explaining about himself. Who else can give the information other than God himself? So let us understand. O Dhananjaya, O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. No truth superior to me. You trace back your father, grandfather, like that, go on, generations back. You will come to the first primeval living entity, that is Brahma in this universe. Again, you trace back where from this universe manifested. We discussed, right? Bhutva Praliyate. This universe manifests sometime, again, by the force of time, it will be again unmanifest state. Pralaya. Creation, maintenance, annihilation. But where exactly these things are appearing? From whom? You go back, finally tracing back, you come to Narayana, Vishnu, and like that you go, finally it comes to Krishna. So Krishna is saying, everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So here, what we should understand, we have seen some pearl necklace. You show your kid, maybe just a frivolous, naughty child. Oh, how did all these pearls are standing? Are you magic? Are you doing magic? That there is a thread is making that's a shelter. That is giving the resting. That's what he's saying. Krishna says, the rest upon me. So the whole cosmos, you can see the floating in the sky. But what is happening? It is all working under the energies of Krishna. That is God. Okay. When Hiranyaksha, he just pulled away Earth planet from the orbit to Garbhodaka ocean, what happened? Varaha avatar. God appeared in Varaha. Just as Varaha means boar, by smelling you can find, right? That's so exactly Lord is appearing as a nato natyataro yata, just as a dramatic actor. What is that suitable form, to enact the Leela? Lord appeared in Varaha, he just went to pick up Mother Earth into his tusk, right? Have you seen in Tirumala? Okay, there are pictures. Many temples are there, Varaha Kshetras. So what did Lord do? He just went above, he kept the Earth planet in orbit, and by his glance, he infused his energies, and that was floating. That is all is happening. This is what we don't know that whatever happened earlier in the beginning of creation, but in this episode, the Lord exactly enacted the same thing what he did in the beginning itself. By his energies, all these planets are floating, but we cannot see the behind the workings of the cosmic creation. But here Krishna is saying, everything is resting upon me. And O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. You see? Sometimes we think, oh, if I go back home, will I get attention from God? He has so many, right? He has so many, I had this earlier. But God has unique relationship with everyone, very intimate. It's not that if ordinary father, he has a 10 child, okay, he has favorite one child. No. It's not like material phenomena. Krishna married 16,108 queens in Dwarka, you know, right? Narakasura, after killing. Krishna expanded into 16,108 forms. He is there with every queen. Every queen is thinking, oh, Krishna is with me only every day. What is happening? What is happening? When Krishna comes to assembly, that Sudharma assembly, he comes from each home, he comes as a single, right? As a person enters. When you come back home, again he expands to 60,100 forms. Okay. So God knows all the living entities, but we don't know about God. And we may ask, okay, we are small living entities. What about Devi Devatas? Krishna is saying, or the Rishis, the great sages. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and sages. Can I simple ask, right? Sapta Rishis or all these different devatas who are conducting this administrative affairs of this universe. Okay. They're all created after this manifested Prakriti, right? As we discussed. In the time limit. In this time limit, the Prakriti manifested the different 14 planetary systems. Then all the Devi Devatas or Saptarishi, so many, all the sages are appeared. But how do they understand about God, who is the creator, who is the origin of everything? Krishna is saying, because I am the source of these demigods and sages. Is it simple to understand so far? You are able to follow easily?
Yes.
Now Krishna is saying, there is one more important thing. This is Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavad Gita. This Paribhasha Sutra, Krishna is saying, this is a very important key shloka in Bhagavad Gita, which is a guiding sutra to entire Bhagavad Gita. If you understand this shloka, the entire Bhagavad Gita in nutshell is understood. Krishna is saying, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Okay. So we know Earth is there. We know some Navagrahas, whatever, right? Constellations. But we think this is only one universe. There are innumerable universes like this. That's all explained. Now beyond this, the innumerable material creation, beyond this, there is a spiritual creation. This whole material creation is Ekapada Vibhuti, 1/4 of the creation. The 3/4, 3 Pada Vibhuti is in a spiritual world. And Krishna is saying, I am the source of everything, spiritual and material. So whatever we are thinking, so many different personalities, they're all in this material creation, with each and every universe. Brahma is there in every universe. Shiva is there in every universe. Vishnu is there in every universe. Indra, every universe. Surya, every universe. Like that, you go, every universe, you find this. Because they are the personalities who has to conduct this creation, maintenance and annihilation finally. But just as a prison and outside the prison, right? Prison is the smallest portion of the kingdom, right? Is it not? Similarly, this whole material creation is just a portion. So, but Krishna is saying, everything emanates from me, the wise who perfectly know this, engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So this is a very, very important sutra. Now Krishna is explaining about his abode. That there is another unmanifest nature that is beyond this, whatever manifest prakriti, whatever we are seeing with our eyes, this is called manifest. There is eternal which is transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Are you able to follow? It's just an indication. The Krishna abode, the God abode means it is not undergoing any change, as I said. absolute time, eternal time, Nitya Kala, Nitya Leela, we discussed, right, last session. So that's Krishna is saying. Okay. He is beyond this, whatever workings of this material cosmos. He is beyond this. And Krishna is saying, abode is abode. That supreme abode of mind is not illumined by the sun or the moon or by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So, we are called Jivas, souls, Sanatana. Krishna, God, is Sanatana. Okay. In the process of the Sanatana Jiva, the Sanatana Atma, going back to Sanatana Dhamma and associating with Sanatana Ishvara, that is called Sanatana Dharma. Is it understood? I'll repeat. We are Sanatana, God is Sanatana, and God, abode is Sanatana Dhamma. Dhamma means abode. We go right. Somebody says Holy Dham. We say Holy Dham. So Sanatana Dhamma, the eternal abode. In the process of the soul going back to Godhead, that is called Sanatana Dharma. You may have naming any religion by man-made names, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, but everything is actually a subset, a corollaries to that whatever the higher principles of Sanatana Dharma. The Sanatana Dharma says you have to understand God and love God. That means you have to get into relationship with God. We have to revive our relationship with God. That is called Sanatana Dharma. And Krishna is teaching, okay, don't think this is all in all our life. It's just a flash in the eternal sphere of our existence. Okay. Are you able to follow? So what we should understand here? We need two things in our life. Two things. We want to have someone who cares, who loves us, and we also want to give love to others, right? To our family. That's our family. And we need a home, a sweet home. Wherever you go, right? Finally, you always hanker to come back home. You go to office, you go to any vacation trip, or even you go to a space expedition, anywhere. But finally, you want to come back home. Why? Because of mind. Our mind is identifying belonging to a family and a sweet home where you get love and you enjoy without any barriers, without any restrictions. Is it not? You relax. When you come back home, you relax. That is your home. But this is what his mind is making you hanker after such a family, a sweet family. Right? The same way, when you understand I'm not this body, but Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, I'm a soul. What I am? I'm a part and parcel of Krishna. As I said, Nitya Nityanam. Okay. So immediately, as soon as you realize, you feel separation from God. Oh, why I'm here suffering all the time? I should go back home. That desire is the auspiciousness. It is called Shubhada. That desire, that day is the beginning of our auspiciousness, is the beginning of our stopping this cycle of birth and death. And that opportunity is given only in this human form of life. And especially, as I said, in this golden period of 10,000 years, we are having that highest privilege to go back home to Goloka Vrindavana. That we'll discuss more details later. Goloka Vrindavana. The topmost abode in this, the whole creation, the topmost abode. Are you all able to follow? You are all able to appreciate any still something you find, right? Yes.
You're talking about Krishna. So there is one Krishna who was there in Mahabharata, and you are talking one Krishna who is like who is the supreme personality of Godhead. So is that two Krishna? was here, or is it like the Krishna who was there in Mahabharata you are talking about there? So that is
Same
confusion.
Krishna. Same Krishna.
Same Krishna you are talking about.
Arjuna, Krishna, we have a discussion. Krishna explained this in 4th chapter. Krishna said, "Oh Arjuna, this same ancient science of this yoga system I explained to sun god Vivaswan. Vivaswan means sun planet. That means there is some personalities are there in the sun planet also. From the scriptures we can understand. The moon planet also some personalities are there. Every planet there are some presiding personalities." And Arjuna immediately asked, "Oh Krishna, we both are peers, almost same age. How do I understand that you spoke this philosophy, this Bhagavad Gita to sun god?" And Krishna explained, "Oh Arjuna, both you and me appeared many in lives. But I can remember all of them, but you cannot. What is the difference? God doesn't change his body. He comes in his original form every time, wherever he is original form. Correct, follow? But we are having material form. As soon as we leave this body, not only leaving this body, in the last session time we explained, every moment there is a change in the body. Every moment that we cannot understand. That is a imperceptibly, that's what we discussed, right? How that fruit is finally deteriorating, right? Example, okay. Our child is growing. We cannot see how nails are growing, we cannot see, but we can see the effect of some time. Right? In the same way, every moment this body is changing. That's why we are finding memory loss. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna always in his original Satchit Ananda Vigraha. But he expands unlimitedly. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Ananta Rupam. So he can expand in various unlimited forms. Understood? Yeah.
See this from childhood we have heard that Ram and Krishna, they are avatar of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so now with what you are saying, like there is someone above Vishnu also, and he's Krishna. So that is like not very like I'm not able to because what you are saying and what I have heard since childhood, it's little bit different. So
That's natural, right? That's what established that today topic beginning. We are following the Mahajanas. Okay. Ordinarily, this knowledge is not given. This is very guhya. Guhya means confidential. It's very confidential. You are in a childhood. How would anyone explain such a very deep knowledge? Understood? And even you ask about the parents, they also wouldn't know probably. And there was a chain, let's say, generations, there is a gap is there. Just as nowadays you can see your children, they wouldn't know who is Lord Rama, what is Ramayana story. There's a gap. There's a lot of chaotic situations going to happen. If you don't take the responsibility to understand our Samskriti, we saw something simple word. Or ancient Vedic wisdom, this is called. So here Krishna is saying, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. When you come to material sphere, Vishnu means who pervades everywhere for the maintenance of this material creation. You follow? We have to go back beyond. But knowledge is very good here. We also are not presenting now totally. We are just giving a name. We are just giving the address. Today, only name and address only are giving. But what is the nature of God? All those details, so many we have to understand. How he is like that, okay? But today I am going to present in some subsequent slides couple of things, okay? We have to appreciate. Okay? So let us understand. Arjuna is saying, after hearing Krishna's opulences, Krishna Aishwarya, Arjuna, by realization, is saying, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavam, Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adi Devam, Ajam Vibhum. I'm just reading. Arjuna is saying, Oh Krishna, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, Param Brahma, the ultimate abode, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, the purest, Param, Paramam, Bhavan, the absolute truth, nothing beyond Krishna. You are eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Deval and Vyasa confirm this truth about you. Now you yourself are declaring it to me. You will follow? So even Arjuna is also following for all your information. So Narada Muni, Narada Dev, he is the greatest authority. He is the one in this whole creation, right? Travels in like spacemanship, go everywhere in different planetary systems. You might have seen the movie somewhere also. And he is the one who initiates everyone into a spiritual life. He initiated into spiritual life. So many examples like Dhruva Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, and Vyasadev, of course, and we have Prahlad Maharaj. So many others also. Okay. Even in this age of Kali, this whatever we have now, right? The Guru Sishya, disciple action, it is Brahma, Madhva, Gaudi Sampradaya, right? Our disciples. It is English terminology is ISKCON, but this is Brahma, Madhva, Gaudi Sampradaya. Madhvacharya, who is like Udupi Acharya, is connected to Vyasadeva and Narada Dev. Narada Dev is a grand Acharyas in our line. Everybody follow? So Arjuna is also in that chain. He understood everything from Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa. Now, oh Krishna, you yourself are declaring this to me. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, oh Lord, can understand your personality. This is what is Arjuna's realization. If you want to be a best student of Bhagavad Gita, you have to follow in the footsteps of whom to follow? Somehow today, not louder, not enthusiastic. I don't know, you are really feeling elated to hear about God. Okay, but when I just prepare some understanding, anything, or hear about the proper lectures, immediately I will be revived to think, yes, my relation with God is so intimate, I don't need to worry for any other petty things in this life. No more anxieties, no more fear. And this is what is making all of us in the turmoil, in the burning in the forest fire. Like, this is what it's compared to. In the forest fire, what will happen? All the animals, they will go on racing, right? How to escape, here and there, where to go. This is what explains. Samsara dava nala leader loka. This is our position, and as soon as we remember Krishna, there will be like torrents of rain. We have a shelter. This is what Acharya is. The Guru means he is actually from the ocean Krishna. From the ocean Krishna, he takes the form of a cloud, pours the rain onto all of us. He is giving us soothing. He is giving us soothing, comfort, feeling. What is that? No more fear. I am there. That's what God promised. But the only thing we have to understand with all our seriousness and sincerity. Okay. So, after all this discussion, what we can observe is, Prabhupada is saying, Prabhupada, he initiated so many European American disciples, they never heard about Krishna few years ago, right? Because the Prabhupada, 1970s, he initiated many. Then Prabhupada one day asked, how can you say that Krishna is God? How do you believe? This is not a simple thing. And Prabhupada said, okay, just tell me what is your religion, what are you? Then one disciple is saying, oh, Krishna is said in Bhagavad Gita, he said, okay. Oh, these things all, I have only taught you. How do you know that Krishna is God? Everybody follow? I'm also teaching. You may also ask, why are you saying so many things? Others also may say so many things. What is that? What is that litmus test? And Prabhupada answered, Phalena parichayate. One can understand by experience. the result. Phala. Phalena means the result. What is the result? As soon as you chant Hare Krishna mantra, you experience God. If anyone says, I don't experience God, then probably you have to discuss with the mentors. Okay, they all experienced. Okay, they can make you experience. Are you able to follow? And it's not that you have to wait for weeks. Like Ayurvedic medicine, they say it will take 7 years for me to control my allergic symptoms. It's not like Ayurvedic medicine. It is instant. Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. Okay, this is called king of knowledge. So in that, it is explained, this knowledge, it gives us a direct perception. A direct perception. Pratyaksha avagamam. Pratyaksha means, you know that Paroksha Pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means direct. Avagamam, you can understand. You don't need others to confirm that, yes, you know now what is God, or you really believe in God. No need. Because Krishna is sitting in everyone's heart. Krishna said that, I am sitting in everyone's heart as Paramatma. You will not be cheated if you are serious. Simple. If you just every day chant Hare Krishna mantra, you will understand God easily. But otherwise, all this knowledge will be theoretical only. How many of you are chanting at least one round every day? Half mala or 10 times? How many of you? 10 times. No, raise everyone raise. Minimum 10 times. Or minimum 1 time. Okay, don't feel shy. Okay, don't feel bad. I was also like that only initially. Okay. I request humbly, please take to this process very seriously. We don't have much time left. Don't think I can make a life insurance for my spiritual soul. I can make insurance for my assets. That also you cannot enjoy, by the way. Only your, what you say? Marne ki baad, but something. Huh? Your family will have that. Okay. Yes. But you, yourself, if you ask, what is insurance? Krishna is saying, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya. Last session we discussed this. Swalpam, just if you understand with all your seriousness, Prabhupada is saying, there are so many books. They are very simple process, sublime process. Just take to chanting Hare Krishna mantra every day. One mala takes 10 minutes and read one shloka of Bhagavad Gita. You will always feel joyful. Sushukam. Sushukam is the word used. I will repeat the shloka. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Avagamam Dadhyam Sushukam Taptam Abhyayam. Krishna is saying this. He is the king of knowledge. You go anywhere, BE, ME, PhD. I don't mind. If somebody says, oh, I have done this, I have done that. No, I know, king of knowledge. Okay. Somebody says, oh, I had very fun time last this weekend. I don't mind. I know, I'm Sushukam Tattamabhyam. I'm doing bhakti. We don't be bewildered by some superiority of somebody. No comparison there. Because this is superlative. But the only thing is that we all have to be very sincere, dedicated to understanding God through acharyas. Okay, so I'll just take another 5 minutes. We'll discuss a couple of references. In the Brahma Samhita, Brahma's plate, please repeat after me. This is a very important shloka in Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Okay. This is one shloka. It's giving the entirety of our Krishna consciousness. Why Prabhupada, even though he was given the advice, why don't you name International Society for God Consciousness? Somebody suggested. Who will understand Prabhupada Krishna? How do you expand to all other countries? They don't accept Krishna directly. And Prabhupada said, we know the name of God. Why to put just a post name? PM, CM, why? You know the name. But they are changing every 5 years. But here, the God is eternal. The Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada has made International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Okay. Any dharma comes under this dharma only, finally. Okay. Please repeat after me. Ishvara Parama Krishna
Ishvara Parama Krishna
Satchitananda Vigraha
Satchitananda Vigraha
Anadiradi Govinda
Pranadhyate Govinda
Sarvakarana Karanam.
Sarvakarana Karanam.
Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is a supreme Godhead. Prabhupada has coined God, so many gods. Godhead, Deva the Deva. He is an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes. This is spoken by Lord Brahma. It is a very deep realization. There is a prayers. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Lord Brahma prayed. Okay. So now let us understand about demigods. What is demigods? What is the position? The demigods are expanded parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Expanded parts and parcels. They are also part and parcel, but they are expanded parts and parcels. What is their specialty? It is explained. They are embodied by time, external energy, and partial consciousness of the Supreme. They are all great devotees of the Lord, entrusted to execute certain functions of universal affairs. To just take an example, any organization, your family, suppose, whom do you trust or delegate your responsibilities? Whom do you delegate?
Father.
Father to obedient son, or a teacher to a sincere student, or a boss to faithful employee, a loyal employee. Krishna, Vishnu, Vishnu is in office, Krishna is at home. Simple. Krishna at home, Vishnu is in office. So they are all great devotees of the Lord, entrusted to execute certain functions of universal affairs. As we discussed in sessions, right? 24 elements. We have earth, Bhudevi, water. For water, we have Varuna Dev, Indra is giving rain. We have a fire god, Agni Dev, Vayu Dev, so many different personalities. They are all taking charge of these administrations. Everybody follow? And here, a devotee of the Lord shows them all respects on account of the responsible positions to which they have been appointed by the Lord. We know they are very, very far superior, million times greater than us. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are more details. When Krishna explained at the beginning of creation, the Devi Devatas are there, and we are also there. Okay. We have to do sacrifice to please the Devatas, and the Devatas will supply all the necessities. Just as you pay the income tax, the government will take charge of everything. All the necessities, like roads, water, sanitary, everything, right? In the same way, that's the administration between all the planetary systems. And here, we mentioned last line, at the same time, a devotee of the Lord does not foolishly mistake them to be the Supreme Lord. They know very clearly who is a particular God. He is a God, absolutely. But he is not the Supreme Godhead. Okay. So what is the difference? Demigods, Krishna. Demigods are parts and parcels. Krishna is the supreme whole. Demigods, they exist within material nature. Krishna said, I am the source of material and spiritual. He is beyond material creation. Before this creation, Krishna was there, Narayana was there. Okay, that's what I explained. And demigods are empowered administrators, and Krishna is the supreme controller. And they all work as subordinate to the supreme will. And Krishna is supremely independent. And they are all covered by material bodies. They have the tenure, time is mentioned well. Yeah. They are embodied by time, external energy. So every manmantra in a day of Brahma, 14 manus are there. In every manu, one set of we have 5-year post, right? In the same way. Okay, but Krishna is a Satchit Ananda. The temporary post, Krishna is absolute truth. Okay, so now what is our confusion here? The whole, this material world is a place for our enjoyment. Is it not? This whole material world is a place for our enjoyment. And these demigods, they facilitate our enjoyment. You see in our Puranas, many personalities, they pray to devatas, they get the vara, benedictions, boons. Okay, right? So, what is that making understanding here? When you know about God, immediately, oh, what is his speciality? I have heard this. Chilipur Balaji people, how many of you know? Okay, few of them only. There is one Visa Balaji, they call in Telangana. As soon as they know the glories of God, Visa Balaji, okay, I want to go US, or let me go. What is that? I should go around 100 pradikshanas, I'll get visa. So knowing God means how I can get benefit out of God. That's our nature. If I give you about God, greatness, okay, like movie, sorry, TV channel morning it will come. Okay, today your astronomical science, zodiac science is this thing. You have to do worship of this thing, personalities. Then you get this thing. I mean that is what attracting, because that is what we are hankering after every day. Is it not? Our whole agenda, how can I have more and more enjoyment in life? And the Devatas facilitate that. And that's why we are stuck in that. Are you able to follow? If you want to have material comforts, we have to go to the demigods. Absolutely fine. That's correct. But if you want to complete or break the cycle of birth and death and go back home, back to Godhead, whom should you approach? Naturally, the Supreme Godhead. Because He is our original Father. We have to go back to our Father. Okay, that's what we established initially, right? So, man in this world desires success in fruitive activities, karma siddhi. Okay, this is called karma siddhi. Whatever you do, I want to get success. Okay. Therefore, we worship devatas. I remember in my childhood days, before going to exam, I go to temple, put some tilak, and I feel now I am empowered. My memory is very strong. I'll be very, confident. I'm very confident. So this comes naturally. But this is not all in all. These goods are limited and temporary. Because devatas are also temporary. Krishna is saying, those who worship the devatas, the demigods, go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. Those who worship the demigods with faith actually worship only me, because devatas are different limbs of the body of Krishna. In Virat Rupa, Krishna has exhibited that to Arjuna. Okay. Lord Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Surya. Surya is like eye. Chandra, Surya like mentioned. But Krishna is saying, you are worshipping devatas with faith. Okay. But what is happening? They are doing in a wrong way. Avidhi Purvakam. Avidhi Purvakam means you are not doing in a proper way. Okay. So what we should understand here, okay, I'm just taking one simple explanation as Prabhu also asked. Acharyas have enumerated different qualities of the personalities. Okay. If you all want, okay, you can ask your mentors, they'll give all the qualities. Okay. A Jiva can have 50 qualities, okay, at the max 50 qualities in a minute quantity, because they are very minute. Brahma, he has extra 5 qualities. I'm not going into detail, it will take a lot of time. Okay. Shiva, he also has 5 qualities, but he is a more superior than Brahma. Okay. Everybody follow? And Brahma, Jiva, we are almost identical, but Brahma is far superior, is first born living entity, and Shiva is far, is not Jiva Tattva, is not in the Jiva category. Okay. So Shiva has 5 qualities but unlimited. Narayana has another 5, 60, unlimited. And Krishna has extra 4 qualities, makes 64 unlimited. That is how. Here, Krishna and Narayana, they are one and the same. Krishna, Narayana, they are one and the same. So how do you understand? So let me explain that. Okay, 2 shlokas. The Shiva is like a milk transformed into curd. Lord Vishnu is beyond the creation, but the form of the Lord to maintain some affairs of the creation, like annihilation. So he takes the form as the Lord Shiva. Okay, milk and curd, what is the difference? It's the same. Milk transformed into curd, that is what explained in the Shastras. Okay, are you able to follow? So this is very beyond our understand, that's what I said. Our ability to understand, ability to follow is very difficult. So for the time being, what you should understand, this table you should understand. It's very simple for us. Krishna has Purna. Narayana has some manifesting, because Narayana is functioning of the spiritual worlds. Krishna is enjoyer. How do we understand this? There is one nice on the realization, one devotee. A devotee in Kolkata, this has happened. He visited a lot of temples. I always refer this. He came back, he's a foreigner. Okay. He came back to devotee, he said, I understand today that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh, how did you understand? How did you understand all of a sudden? Within one day. And he said, I went to this temple, that temple, this temple, so many temples. In every temple, the Murti, Archa Murti, they are carrying some weapons. Trishul weapon, Chakra, Sankha Chakra, Gada, whatever. Every Archa Murti, they are carrying some weapons. When I came to Krishna, he is just Tribhanga form, standing in a very three-bended form, holding flute, enjoying company of Srimati Radharani, his lover. Krishna is only enjoying, he is not doing anything. Every other deities, they are doing something. That means there is some function to carry out, but Krishna does nothing. That Krishna is Supreme Personality. There are a lot more details, of course. So Lord Shiva, he said, Mukti Pradata Sarvesham Vishnu Evana Samshayaha. There is no doubt that only Vishnu is the deliverer of liberation for everyone. Okay. In the Shastras, there are very nice examples are given for your all understanding. We can discuss a lot more in details. Okay. After this journey continues, right? Today it's not so easy. Okay. So we don't differentiate. Everyone says Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. They are all Trinity. Yes, wonderful understanding. That wonderful understanding. What is that important here? They are all qualitative expansions from Krishna. They are qualitative expansions from Krishna for a functioning of this universe. But who is beyond this universe? That's what we should understand. That is what Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita and so many other historical evidences. Okay. So now, Lord Shiva is saying, this is the last slide today. Lord Shiva is saying to Mother Parvati, please repeat after me. Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnor aradhanam param Tasmat parataram devi Tadiyanam samarchanam. Of all types of worship, worship of Lord Vishnu is the best. Okay. So now we say, oh, finally, we are saying Vishnu only. Among 3 personalities, Vishnu is the best. Why this? Somebody may ask, but our internal surrender, it makes one more point. But better than the worship of Lord Vishnu is the worship of his devotee, the Vaishnava. That's what our first. Mahajana ena gata sapanta. So, if you worship a devotee, acharyas, they only will enlighten us. That is said, the orphan, we are like an orphan. Okay, anada, anada you have heard about? Anada, anada means? Anada means master, anada means no master. You may say, I have this family, I have that, I have boss, this, that, but they're all temporary. But for us, anata. If you want to become sanata, that is what I was again. Okay, that dharma, what is the dharma? We have to follow in the footsteps of acharyas. Okay, Hare Krishna. So I hope today I try to give some synopsis of explaining about God. We all have to understand the definition of God, the glory is the greatness of God. Okay, how these universal affairs are nicely conducted, right? And you should also understand beyond these material worlds, there are spiritual worlds, Vaikuntha Lokas, Golok Vrindavana, and that is our real home. As much as we understand, we become attracted, we become eager to go back home and back to body. And that is the perfection of our life. Ante Narayana Smriti. You do whatever you want, but finally you have to remember Krishna, Narayana, and you go back home, back to body. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any questions? One question we'll take. Okay, so we can discuss. You can feel free to meet me during Prasadam time. I mean, I'm saying today, everyone has gone for yatra. Okay, you can see so many volunteers are not there because they're all, joining a Puri yatra. This whole week they will be in Puri. Nice katha, darshan, and also different South Puranas. Means what are the different pastimes happened in the places, right? So we have some devotees are their mentors. You can connect with them. Okay. And during Prasadam time, you can also discuss. Okay. So we'll just sit in a circle and do our japa today. Okay. Prabhu?
Sir, one question.
Mother, we can discuss during the Prasadam time. Huh? No problem. Please come. Huh? I'll be here only. Huh? Can you please sit in a circle, sir? So you know, right? Who are the mentors like that? You can form with your own members. You can also sit with the members. So for everyone's welfare, we'll chant one time Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So next week, we're going to discuss Ramakatha. due to on eve of Dasara. Okay, so life lessons from Ramayana. So we'll do one round of japa. Please repeat after me. See, if someone is finding little discomfort, you can sit here also. Okay, you can make. Please repeat after me. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Prabhu Nityananda.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Shri Advaita Gadadhara.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
We'll chant together. Okay, so please focus on your mind